I don't care about the author's race or sexuality, I just want to read a good book. Let me explain to you why this statement actually does more harm than good. You see, sometimes when I'm sharing my book recommendations or encouraging others on the internet to diversify their reading, I get hit with comments or messages like these. And all I'll say is that having this attitude toward your reading is a very flawed and binary way to view the world. Let me explain. Even if you say that you don't care about the author's race or sexuality and just want to read a good story, because of the state of the publishing industry, you are still going to read from a majority of white authors. The data suggests that 80 to 85% of books written in English are written by white authors, with authors of color accounting for just 10 to 15% of published works in recent years. The proportion of books written by queer authors is even lower, with available data indicating that less than 5% of all books published are written by authors that publicly identify as queer. Now, you might say that English is mainly spoken by white people, so that's why. But that doesn't explain the fact that there are numerous non-white countries where a majority of the people know how to speak and write in English. And of course, we can't ignore the non-trivial groups of POC in English-speaking countries. Of the small percentage of POC and queer authors, many of them struggle with their books not being promoted, not showing up in bookstores, and not getting adequate advertising compared to their white counterparts. This is in addition to the mentality in publishing of, oh, well, we've already got one queer/POC book on the shelves already, so we don't need another one. If you don't believe me, just look at the most popular and talked about books on Book Talk. How many of these bestsellers that have been pushed down our throats have been written by POC authors? As someone in this space, I've had to really curate my feed to find book talkers that promote diversifying your reading and promote books that explore a variety of marginalized experiences, because they're frankly just not the ones that end up in bookstores or even end up getting traditionally published. So when someone tells me that they don't care about reading stories from POC/queer authors and just want to read a good book, all that tells me is that you don't care about reading about experiences and cultures different to your own and don't want to make a concerted effort to change the publishing landscape. And oh boy, do I disagree with that sentiment wholeheartedly, because I believe that the more diverse stories we consume, the higher the demand for those stories will be. And this will signal to the publishing industry, who mainly cares about money, that they should publish even more of these stories. And conversely, if we don't push for diversifying your reading, the book industry just won't bother to promote these stories. But as always, what do you think? I'd love to read about it in the comments down below.